That's your take, sort of big picture on being able to play in this tournament, and how do you feel looking in from the outside about how it's affected the perception of this sport in this country?
Jesus, heavy question first. No, it's good. No, ease into it. No, it's I suppose coming here on the back of, I suppose, what all the Australians said after their experiences here. Where obviously we've got the Unicorns who are aligned with Victoria, my home state. So had a lot of players come back and sort of share their insights about the tournament, and a lot of positive stuff. So I was really excited to be a part of it. Obviously having the World Cup in West Indies and USA made it easier, I suppose, logistically to sort of come straight here afterwards. And I think what's been really exciting is seeing the talent depth in USA cricket. We've got a great bunch of locals in our crew, and I've been really excited to see them perform well. Travolta has been absolutely outstanding, been the leading wicket taker of the tournament, and Gussie behind the stumps has been absolutely brilliant at number 3 for us. So they're all playing important roles for us, and the growth of the game here in US it's only scratching the surface of what could possibly be. And we only saw the T20 World Cup results and the excitement they brought, the crowds that they were bringing, and it's scary to imagine what USA could be one day if they, I suppose, get the right stepping stones in place.
What's it like to actually be able to play the championship this summer, to be in that position?
Yeah, it's been a while for me, really. It's apart from the 2023 ODI World Cup, in franchise cricket, it's been a while sort of being in that position, being in the final game of the tournament. So it's something that we've obviously strived to do at the start of the tournament. Was obviously you make the finals, that's your first goal. Then your next thing is to make the top 2 and to get that double chance. And today was step 1 of 2. Win this game, make sure we're in the big dance, and then when it comes Sunday, hopefully we can bring that sort of performance again. I thought we were brilliant in pretty much all 3 facets of the game tonight, and pretty clinical. And if we can bring that sort of performance on Sunday, hopefully we're holding that trophy up.
Greetings from back on USA. So how important is the team dynamic and the support in such a high stakes game where you need to chase down such a total? So what goes into the mind and what goes behind the screens when you chase that down?
Well, probably not much after, I suppose, the way our openers have gone about this year. They've been unbelievable. You don't really want to fill them with too much information. They're very experienced players, world-class players, and they don't need a lot of, I suppose, guidance or talking to from anyone. They as long as they go out, play the natural game and adapt to what they see, we back that they're going to give us the best possible results. And they've been clearly the best opening stand all tournament, and which is probably a key of why we're here in this position now. I think for the rest of us to just adapt to what I suppose is in front of us, and we're very lucky to have a pretty deep batting lineup. We haven't got a whole lot of opportunities this tournament with that dominance at the top, and hopefully it sort of stays that way on Sunday. Thank you. Cheers.
Smith Patel from Cricket Plus. It's a question on Travis head. If you look at modern history, I don't think anyone has ever been this prolific in all 3 formats at one time, the way he's produced in the last 2 years. He's always been a good batsman, but was there a moment in the last couple of years that sort of made him flip the switch? Or probably was there a moment of growth in his life that you were aware of?
I know there's probably moments in his career. It's probably more you have to ask him, but I think from on the outside looking in, I think when he got dropped a couple of times, I think from limited overs sides, and he basically went back to what he knew. He wanted to play his way. If he was going to get out, he wanted to do it his way, and probably stopped trying to conform to the norm, I suppose is probably one way to say it, and trying to bat like anyone else. And there's only one Travis Head. There's not many people that can bat like him. And it's pretty awesome to stand at the other end and watch it and have him on your side. And we've seen it for Australia over probably the last 2 years pretty consistently now. And it probably was around that time where he had a couple of failings. He was trying to suppose, conform to what the expectations are of a top order batter and trying to bat differently. And he's probably just sort of thrown out, you know what, if I'm going to fail, I'll fail my way, but at least I'll be staying true to myself. And I think that gives most players probably their most freedom and most inner peace, I think, when they walk off the cricket field, if they're failing their own way and doing it in the way that they think they can be successful. I think you can be at ease with that.
Hi, Len. This is Zaidi with Cricket Exec. You've got a day off, right? But there's a chance you might play the Unicorns for the third time in a week, right? You're now pretty familiar with them. You have a lot of Australians, they have a lot of Aussies as well, right? What at this point would you say, if this is going to be a third matchup in a week, is going to be key in trying to defeat them, you know, in a final if they get there?
Well, I think following on to what we did tonight, I think early wickets is certainly key. I think if you can get through a couple of those powerful top order batters, we know Finn Allen's extremely dangerous. Fraser McGurk's had an unbelievable 6 to 7 months in all cricket around the world, and Josh Inglis is the Aussie superstar just waiting for his opportunity for Australia. And the way Inglis batted against us the other night was a sign that he's in some good form, and he's pretty confident with the way his game's going. So to get those three guys out reasonably cheaply certainly helped us get going. But yeah, we're going to have to be, I suppose, starting the game well. And we always talk about making sure we have a solid impact right from the first ball. And they threw the first punch, but we were able to, I suppose, come back and throw a few of our own to finish the power play.
One period open up and very tribute.
They didn't give you a seat. What's going on?
I stretch my legs and sit down and roll. So, a lot of the U.S. players across the various rosters talk a lot about what they're learning from being exposed to the overseas guys and being able to not just observe their training habits, but be able to pick their brains and have conversations in the change rooms. What is something that you've been able to learn from some of the U.S. guys who are part of the Freedom setup, not just the likes of Sarvan Javalkar and Andrew House, who are obviously well established for USA, but even guys like Jesse Singh, who came as a replacement, or Yasir Muhammad, who hasn't played a game, but he's gotten a hell of a lot of the experience. I'm just curious if there's something that you've learned from being able to be around these guys.
Yeah, well, I've learned they're all extremely talented. To see Jesse come in, what did he get? 6 wickets in 2 games. There's an enormous amount of self-belief with these guys when they come into these games. It's just great to sort of see them, I suppose, executing under pressure. Because sometimes, I suppose, if there is a slight standard difference, you can sort of be a bit of a rabbit in the headlights, and it can be all a bit too difficult. But the way that they've sort of stood up against world-class players on all teams has been really impressive, and nothing's really fazed them too much. The way they've sort of gone about it, they've been extremely professional on and off the field. We've had some great conversations around the game. I think instigated a little bit by one of the greatest cricket minds that we've had in Ricky Ponting, to sort of, I suppose, allow the players to have that freedom to talk to each other about their games and develop and enjoy spending that time around training together. And a few of the guys have been not shy in asking a few questions and putting themselves out there, and that takes some courage as well. And they've been able to, I suppose, tap into the various cricket brains that we've got. We've got Cameron White, Sean Bradstreet, a couple of guys that have played a lot of cricket. So yeah, we've got a wealth of experience in the change room, and they've been pretty forward in trying to get that, I suppose, next kick to, I suppose, transfer them into the next level.
It's Neil from Batball USA. So this question is about the fans. Firstly, congratulations on your innings. It was a pleasure to watch. So how good it is for you, wherever you go on the ground, you, Travis, people are shouting, people are cheering for you, they're loving just seeing Silk up close. What are your feelings to come to the US and connecting with the fans in this part of the world? How's that feeling been?
Yeah, it's been pretty amazing. It's sort of basically my first trip to the US. I came for 3 days in 2016, which was before a West Indies tour, but apart from that, I'd never been here for any period of time. And to see the reception that we've received at games, on the street, fans in the lobby, at trainings, it's been heartwarming to see, and hopefully in the next few years, when we can start to get hopefully home grounds for different sides, you can start to build that supporter base, and who knows how big this tournament can get, but we're only scratching the surface at the moment, but it's been thoroughly enjoyable.